Hello, anatomy students. Welcome to class. I'm excited to start with you in January. I wanted to give you a brief video about what you'll need for class so you're ready to roll when we start in January. So let's begin by good old screen share. So if you're not sure what you need for class yet, don't worry. It's going to be okay because I'm going to tell you. First of all, as you are aware, we continue to be in a global pandemic. So on campus, we are continuing to wear masks indoors. So when you see me in class, actually, these are my computer glasses, so I'll look more like this. So you'll need a mask for class. If you get to class and you don't have one, don't worry about it. I will have a box of masks for you to utilize if you need them. What else do you need for class? Well, you need a book. So this is the book we use, The Human Anatomy and Physiology by Maria Ben-Hoen. We are using the 11th edition. You can use a physical copy, or some students really like the electronic book, and that's actually probably the most economical way to go. But if you don't like to read your book online, it's not very useful to you. So that's one of your decisions that you're going to want to make. You could also decide to use an earlier edition. So both the 9th and 10th editions are going to have everything you need. So if you want to use an older book, rent an older edition, that's going to save you some money, or maybe you've got a friend that's passing it down. That's great. You're welcome to use previous editions. And sometimes you can find international versions or loose leaf editions, whatever suits you best, you're welcome to utilize. The lab manual is completely optional. You do not need to purchase it. Some students really like to have their own lab manual, but you certainly don't need it. We have several copies in class for you to utilize as a reference when you need to. We don't always use them during lab, and you do not need the lab manual to complete your assignments. And that's true both in anatomy as well as physiology, regardless of who's teaching it. So keep that in mind. And everything that's in the lab manual is also in your textbooks. You're not missing any important pieces of information. And if you are, I will certainly provide them for you. The other piece you're going to need, in addition to your textbook, we are using the Modified Mastering online learning platform. So as we'll talk about, this is a place for you to practice answering questions and get immediate feedback. It's also got study areas that you can explore more on things. This is used both in anatomy as well as physiology. So at this point in your life, it's important to know if you're just taking anatomy, or if you are sure or it's reasonably possible, you'll also be taking physiology at Columbia College, because regardless who you're taking it from, we're going to utilize this online learning platform. In order to access that Modified Mastering online learning platform, you need something that's called an access code. So how do you get your access code? A couple of ways. One, if you purchase a new textbook, it should come with it. You can double check. Sometimes the new textbooks are sold independently of the access code. So you want to make sure when you're making your purchase, either through the bookstore or what other format you purchase your books, make sure that it has that Modified Mastering access code. And if you're not sure, email me, I'll help you figure that out. You can also independently purchase an access code online. That's another one you want to be really careful with. Some students have done that successfully. Sometimes they purchase something that's not quite the right thing. So if you decide to do that, just email me, send me a screenshot of what you're looking at, and I'll help you make sure you get what you need. If you do that, you want the access code that goes with the 11th edition, and you need the Modified Mastering. One of the easiest ways to purchase that access code is to purchase when you enroll in our Modified Mastering course group. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'll walk you through that in a moment. When you do that, you're going to have a few options. You can purchase just have access for 18 weeks, so just one semester. That's automatically going to folded in that option for you is access to the e-text. So if you know you're only going to take anatomy and you're not going to take physiology, or I know some of you are taking both anatomy and physiology in the same semester and you are super confident and sure and dedicated that you're going to stick with both of those classes and you're not going to need another semester, that might be the option you're interested in. Otherwise, there's a 2-year access code. So maybe, right, gives you 2 years to finish both classes. So you can make that purchase without the electronic textbook, and that's going to be around $80. Or you can purchase it with access to the electronic textbook or e-text, and that's going to be $125. Again, we recognize these are big investments, but you're also investing in your learning, and both the book and mastering are really great learning tools for you. If you are waiting for financial aid or other funds to get your textbook and the access code, there is an option to have 2 weeks of modified mastering for free if you're in that window where you're waiting for some funds at the beginning of the semester. So I'll walk you through how to do that as well. Let's do that now. All right, so let me show you how to get signed up for mastering through our Canvas site. So you're going to log into Canvas, which the icon for that is on our gocolumbia.edu homepage. And you'll sign in using your student email. If this is a new process to you, there's some helpful links down there. So you'll sign in and you'll get to this page, and it's going to have a dashboard with all of your courses that are using Canvas for the semester. I haven't published ours yet, but it's going to look, I've got a few classes, this down here. So you'll click on this image in the course, and it's going to open up, and here's the basics of what our course looks like. And you're going to click on this tab called My Lab and Mastering over here on the left. And I need my student view. Magic. When you get there, then, ta-da, you're going to open My Lab and Mastering. And the first time you open it up, you're going to read through this service agreement as much detail as you would like and choose I accept. And now you're either going to sign in or create an account. So if you might already have an account, maybe you've taken physiology already, and you already have a Pearson account, in which case you'll fill out this side. And of course, you know what to do with that. If you haven't, and for many of you, most of you are taking anatomy before physiology, probably a lot of you don't have an account, so you'll need to create your account. It's going to ask you some questions, which you will answer. I am going to log into my student model account, assuming I can remember my password. Sweet. Little successes, you got to celebrate them. Then you're just going to take you to this page. So if you've already purchased your access code with your book, or you found how to purchase it online, then this is where you would enter that access code. You're going to click here. It's going to give you your access code will be a series of words. You'll click, and it's going to take you to our class, our mastering biology, or excuse me, our mastering A&P class. If, however, you still need your access code, then here's where your decision is made, right? You've got 24 months with the e-text access. You have 24 months without the e-text for $80, or you have the 18 weeks, so one semester with the e-text. So you'll choose your option, and once you do, it'll ask you for some credit card information. So you'll make that purchase, and then it'll look like this. Ooh, but I just remembered, let's say you are purchasing through Barnes and Noble, our new bookstore partners. You should also be able to purchase the access code through that. That should be available as well if you're using your voucher or another source of funds for books that you need to use through the bookstore. So that should also be available too. All right, so once you've done all that, then the course home is going to look something like this. My homepage looks different than yours, but the big piece here is there are a series of assignments. And assignments are always due on Thursday. So our first assignments are, of course, going to be due in January. Assignments are always due on Thursday. I think I already said that, sorry. They are meant as tutorials. So you have 4 chances to answer every question. No penalties if you get it wrong the first, second, third time. You've got 4 shots at it. I want you to be thoughtful about it because the whole point of this tutorial is to help you learn, not just help you guess until you get the right answer. You can do them late, but as you do them late, you'll slowly lose a few points, a maximum of 20%. That's so even if you waited the entire semester to do all of your mastering A&P, which I would not recommend, you could still earn 80% on all of those assignments. The exception is the first one. So you'll notice classes start here on the 10th. Your first assignments are due on the 13th, but I don't have a late penalty for those 2 because I recognize it can take a minute to get set up. So I wanted to encourage everybody to get launched, but I don't have a late penalty for those first 2. In our Canvas course, you will see links to these and reminders for these assignments that are due. In addition to our assignments, there are other things you could explore. So things like the study area has lots of materials for you to dive into that are interactive if that's a way that you would like to study. Some students really like it. That's what I have to share. So if you have any questions at all about what version of the textbook to get, access codes, run into technology issues, please let me know and I will be happy to help you. Looking forward to meeting you in January.